Hello there, a warm welcome to Tech Trends with me, Olayemi Oshidende. Coming up on the program this week, we'll be taking a dive into the animation space, giving you a glimpse of how partnerships between Nigeria and France are creating magic on screen. The world's largest tech and startup event, GITEX, lands in Nigeria for the first time. Startups, investors, and innovators converge in Lagos to accelerate Africa's digital future at the GITEX Nigeria 2025. We'll give you more in just a moment. Remember, this is the program that takes you into the world of tech, innovation, and creativity, all through an African lens. I'm Olayemi Oshidende. The number one benefit of information technology is that it empowers people to do what they want to do. It lets people be creative. It lets people be productive. It lets people learn things they didn't think they could learn before. And so, in a sense, it is all about potential. Nigeria's animation industry is rising fast, and a partnership with France is giving it a global boost. At the center of this collaboration is the animated feature film, The Passport of Malam Ilia. We'll take you inside Magic Carpet Studios in Lagos to see how these collaborations are bringing African stories to life. The country's animation industry has come a long way in just a few years. From short films and commercials to feature-length productions, it is no longer on the sidelines.
I would say that we are gradually becoming very recognizable on the global stage because we're also seeing a huge influx of producers, directors who want to get their shows produced, right, in the current Nigerian animation space, because we have lots of production houses, Magic Carpet being one of them. I think we've successfully been able to execute certain projects like Garbage Boy for Cartoon Network and a host of other productions. So I think these are international projects that are being done in Nigeria. And I think that if we continue at this pace, definitely would become even way much more recognizable internationally.
I think the industry is currently, at its very formative stages. I think there are so many studios doing well and also seeking funding for their projects as well. And I think we have quite a lot of talents around Nigeria and people that are willing to explore art in really unique ways. I just feel like, we just need to fund projects and fund animators before, they start considering Plan B, leaving the country, and we'll no longer have these people.
Though the growth is clear now, the journey has not been easy. Animation is a demanding industry. It takes long hours, advanced tools, and constant training to meet international standards. For many Nigerian studios, keeping up can be tough, but with the support of French partners, their work is now crossing borders and gaining recognition.
The industry requires lots of people who are able to give to the industry, right? And this does not just have to do with financial resources, but also in terms of facilities as well that are able to aid people who are not able to access all of these things. The industry is very demanding in terms of, the tools you use, the access you have to certain information. And I think, like I said, the French embassy has provided a lot of these things for the industry in such a way that we've seen some very good rapid growth, something that we're very excited about. And we're looking forward, hoping that also the Nigerian government is also inspired by all of these, great deeds by the French embassy in such a way that it becomes a national recognition, whereby we're able to also see the government, show certain, not just interest, but also give resources in such a way that it's able to grow beyond what it is right now.
Since 2022, The French Embassy in Nigeria has been helping local professionals take part in some of the world's biggest animation events, like the Annecy International Animation Film Festival and MIP Junior in Cannes. These opportunities have opened doors for training, collaboration, and partnerships that continue to move the industry forward. As part of the co-production, these two animators spent 2 weeks at Charlie Dobbin, a post-production studio in Paris.
It was very refreshing in a way that, it was just unique. And I think they kind of opened our minds to post-production. And that's one area that currently we've been in productions, we've created short films, but we've not really seen, the capacity or scale of maybe what it takes to make, to edit or create like a feature-length film and, do post-production in terms of sound of that massive scale. So they kind of taught us how to go about it in terms of sound design and special effects, color grading for film. And I think these were really, really vital, most especially the special effects and sound design. I think it was really cool.
What stood out the most for me was, a very international, global experience in terms of the approach in which they go about their production. I've been working in Nigeria for a long time, and I think sometimes it can really get a little bit myopic in terms of how far or how big production is being handled. And I think for me specifically, it was an eye-opener to be able to see how people handle their production pipeline in Charlie Dublin. I think it's something that is very remarkable. They have a very disciplined and a very structured process in which they execute. I think that I learned a whole lot during that process.
The experience gave them a rare opportunity to see how international studios work and to bring that knowledge back home to strengthen projects here in Nigeria.
I think there are things that, we're already applying. Again, it was a very exciting experience because even when we went through it, right, there were certain things we were seeing and we were like, oh, wow, okay, we didn't know this was possible. And I think we had to swing right into action in terms of the application. And we're very excited in terms of the results already.
I think what he also opened our eyes to is partnership. Studios outside here that we can also partner with and work with. And because, as I said, scale is also a thing that we are trying to find here locally. So you might not get specific skills in terms of sound design that might handle your film in the way you want in post-production or VFX. So I think, it really, really played a huge role, learning all that and getting to know those processes, especially for sound and VFX, and knowing that all those tools they use, I don't want to start talking about softwares, in terms of color grading, plays a huge role in the final output of the film and giving it that global appeal that everyone sees and say, okay, this is top quality.
One of the standout projects born from this partnership is the Passport of Malam Ilia. The animated feature, now in production at Magic Kappa Studios, is in collaboration with the French company I Find Pictures.
Passport of Malam Ilia has been, something that we've been working on for a while. It has taken us blood and sweat to get even to this point. But I think it's very exciting to see what the future holds for us, as a studio in terms of the project, because a lot of people have, indicated interest, have supported us as well in a lot of ways that we're very grateful about. And I think for a first time, we can see a very good, bright future for the project because we're gradually getting to the point whereby we can call it done, right? A successful one. And I think the industry is very in need of projects like this, right? Because it's going to set a very good standard, not just for us as Nigeria, but Africa as a whole. I think we dearly need more successful projects that will come from this continent. And I think Pastor Malam Ilia is going to do that for us.
So far, so good. It's been an interesting ride, adapting the work of late Cyprian Equincy, a Nigerian veteran, literature writer, journalist. And we're also partnering with the family, the Equincy Foundation as well, to making this possible.
Caresser les mêmes corps. Cherchons-nous la même chose? Mr. Leo, a story interests me.
Another is Leon and the Professor.
For our weekly meeting, we'll find some comfort there. I assure you.
Another important link is with Gobelin, a famous animation school in Paris. A Nigerian student in his final year at Gobelin spent 6 weeks at Magic Carpet Studios, joining the production team of The Passport of Malam Ilia.
Currently, I'm working as a 2D animator on the project. Scenes have been storyboarded, so I just take the storyboarded scenes and bring them to life, like with the model sheets that have been given to me by the director, storyboards by the team that's been doing the storyboarding. So in general, I just do 2D animation and bring the characters to life. Because there's not a lot of like 2D animation talent in the country, and since I am someone who has been given the opportunity to be able to study in like a worldwide acclaimed school, and also being Nigerian, it's easy for the French embassy to bring me over to help push the projects forward in terms of like good quality animation and yeah.
Coming from Gobelin, one of the world's top animation schools, the 24-year-old Akioluwa Adeniyi shares what it meant to be part of an international production.
Based off my experience in Nigeria, I would say like it was kind of new, overwhelming, because like I had an idea of what I thought the industry was, and then I went there, like it was a lot of things I never knew existed. So it was a very, very big and eye opener, if that makes sense. It's broadened my horizons, like expand my horizons to think of, oh, I could do this. There's like opportunities in this and that I would never think existed before. It was also kind of intimidating because it was a lot of stuff, and I was like, I don't think I'm supposed to be in this place, you understand? But slowly and slowly, when I started getting used to the pipeline and how things worked, everything started to become more or less like doable and not like out of my league, or feeling like having like imposter syndrome or something. Yeah.
5 years from now holds so much possibility for Nigerian animation. The animators share what they see ahead, the kind of industry they hope to build, the stories they want to tell, and the place they believe Nigeria can take on the global stage.
I know there are many studios doing great things, so I believe the time is ripe, and I think after those successes, investors will start seeing the lights and seeing the possibilities of investing in animation, and then you start seeing that animation will become that thing that would really push Nigeria. I strongly believe that, and bring us to that spotlight.
I understand, and I've been able to see how, through the use of different training programs, we've been able to scale, bring in more people into the industry, young people, artists, creatives in the industry successfully. And I believe we will continue like that. I believe we'll be able to have access to international opportunities to be able to scale the industry, because eventually if you build on capacity, you're able to train people, you need them to also have access to jobs.
The journey of Nigeria's animation is still unfolding, but what we can already see is how far it has come. With support from the French Embassy and partnerships with international studios, young creators are getting the skills and exposure they need to share African stories with the world. Nigeria has hosted one of Africa's biggest technology gatherings, GITEX Nigeria 2025, right here in Lagos. The Tech Expo brought together startups, global investors, and industry leaders in Lagos, showcasing the innovation and opportunities driving Africa's digital economy. After years of anticipation, one of the biggest and boldest tech events, GITEX, finally lands in Lagos, Nigeria. Branded as the Jitex Nigeria Tech Expo and Future Economy Conference, the event brings together startups, investors, innovators, and disruptors from across the country and beyond, all converging to shape conversations around Africa's digital future and to have a taste of what Lagos has to offer.
We are here to celebrate Lagos and Nigeria, how far it's come and where it's been and where it's going. And of course, the success of Lagos and Nigeria is not defined by the same rules as other countries. It's distinguished, it's distinct, it's differentiated. Here, the startups, I would say overseas, in other economies, they innovate because they want to. It's nice to have. There's a lot of entitlement. Here, the startups and the SMEs and a lot of the entrepreneurs and founders, they are creating solutions to problems that is born out of necessity and survival. And this is why the companies and the individuals and the personalities that you meet here, they scale faster and they endure longer. The resilience DNA in this country, the Nigerians and the Lagosians, and of course everywhere across, is world-class. The way that they thrive despite power outages, despite currency fluctuations, which are very real in any emerging economy, and of course, against very tough challenges of a maturing and developing infrastructure, they rise above. Silicon Valley doesn't scale this way. Silicon Valley scales with capital. Here, they scale with resilience. It's you're in the room, and everyone out there and in Landmark. Lagos is 20 million people. It's dense, it's diverse, and it's demanding. You feel it. But it's also 20 million of beta testers out there for any company, especially the Nigerian companies or anyone who's looking to now come to explore Nigeria. It's the mega high-speed test bed for technology. And they always say, if you can thrive and survive in Lagos and your products and solutions, you can thrive anywhere in the world. Thank you.
For over a decade, Nigeria has been part of the GITEX journey. Now, as official host, the country takes the spotlight, backed by the Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy and the National Information Technology Development Agency, both reaffirming Nigeria's growing strength in the global tech space.
And Lagos is Africa's undisputed innovation capital. I can tell you a lot about that, as you can imagine. It's home to the continent's largest number of technology hubs. And of course, it's the birthplace of some of Africa's most valuable startups. Today, I think we boast of probably close to 5 to 6 unicorns, if you count Paystack as well. These companies, all born from solving real African challenges, now stand shoulder to shoulder with some of the companies, technology companies, some of the best technology companies in the world. But Lagos is not just only about technology. Beyond the vibrancy of Lagos, of course, the broader Nigerian technology ecosystem tells a bigger story, one which is of economic transformation. Many people may not be aware, but Nigeria is the largest telecommunications market in Africa. Of course, not just by the number, but also when you think of the foreign direct investment that is coming into that sector.
GITEX Nigeria is not just another conference. It is a declaration that Nigeria, we are ready to lead in the future economy. That's why we theme this year's event as a future economy. For too long, the future economy has been like a science fiction to us. We talked about it from a distant and abstract concept, from the Kodak moment to Uber moment. We were always at the receiving end. But today, right here in Lagos, that reality or that feature is a tangible reality. A reality built on bold ambition, powered by brilliant young minds, backed by strategic and collaborative vision. Nigeria, and Lagos in particular, is crucible of innovation, where raw talents meets the unshakable will to succeed.
The governor of Lagos State also welcomes the global innovation community, positioning Lagos as a natural hub for technology.
It's been an awesome mind-setting goal that we're achieving here today. And everybody had set the journey. I attended the first GITEX about 4 years ago in Dubai, and all of a sudden they brought it to Marrakesh, and I'm like, how? I mean, yeah, I understand, but hey, if you're not in Lagos, Nigeria, why are you? But the rest is history now. But it just goes to show that the power and the mind of possibility. We did not see challenges. We did not see all the reasons why it shouldn't. We saw sheer resilience and opportunity.
And inside the exhibition hall, industry giants and emerging innovators showcase cutting-edge solutions that are also shaping the continent's digital future. As Jitex Nigeria finally becomes a reality, it's also an avenue to showcase the innovation, skill, and opportunities reshaping Africa's digital future, thereby cementing Nigeria's role at the forefront of the continent's innovation economy.
Did you ever wonder why unwanted emails are called spam? The term spam to describe pesky messages actually started with canned meat. In the TV show Monty Python's Flying Circus sketch, a group of Vikings repeatedly chanted spam, the brand name for canned processed meat, over and over in a cafe, drowning other dialogue. Eventually, this sketch became the perfect metaphor for unsolicited emails that keep flooding our inboxes, and spam mail was born. Spam mail, also known as junk mail, are usually messages you never asked for. Some may come from overzealous marketers, but others are more dangerous, like phishing emails attempting to steal your personal information by appearing to come from your bank or insurance company. The very first spam email was sent in 1978 by Gary Thweck, a marketing manager, to around 400 people advertising his company's new computer model. His spam efforts reportedly earned the company $13 million in sales. Today, spam is a serious issue. That's why we have spam filters and constant efforts to protect inboxes everywhere, not just emails.
And here's where we draw the curtain on the program this week. Thank you for watching. Remember, you can relive this and past editions of the program on the Channels TV YouTube page, and I encourage you to watch, share, and like your favorite episodes. As always, I leave you with this. Technology is not just about the future. It's about the here and now, and Africans are innovating to create impactful solutions for the continent. For Tech Trends, I'm Olayemi Oshidende, and I'll see you next time.